NASA's probe finds ancient text on Mars. Martian civilization destroyed by alien nuclear war. Mars in ancient times was considered a star of bad luck, which could bring disaster to people. Although the ancients had a very bad impression of Mars, in modern times, with the development of exploration technology, it has become the main celestial body for human space exploration. Mars is less than 45 million kilometers from Earth, and it will take only 220 days for the most advanced spacecraft to get there. Over the decades, humans have discovered many amazing objects there. The self-propelled robot called Curiosity, once launched by NASA to the surface of Mars, has accidentally taken a very special photo. A block of rock in this photo has cracks after exaggeration and color treatment. Look closely at the traces of the stone carvings. Preliminary judgment can be made that it is very similar to the ancient hieroglyphic patterns on Earth and has other unnatural structures on the image. UFO experts say there was a war on Mars, making it the barren place it is today, and vestiges of many ancient buildings and statues can be found on the Martian surface. A long time ago, something larger than a solar storm occurred on Mars. Solar storm theories have been put forward, but solar storms are not enough to cause such damage, and it could only cause Mars to lose its atmosphere and water. Being able to see so many broken structures and statues led to the conclusion that there was a major war on Mars. UFO experts also offer more ideas about aliens who have abandoned this planet, and it is possible that the aliens don't want us to know that the planet has been destroyed by their people. If humans knew this, it would make humans afraid of aliens. As early as 2011, Dr. Brandenburg proposed that a thermonuclear explosion occurred in the natural environment of Mars, causing the red surface that humans see today. Nuclear blasts have carried debris to various places on Mars, and the Martian surface has a thin layer of radioactive materials such as radioactive uranium, thorium and potassium, he said. The Cydonia and galactic chaos regions of the Martian surface are remnants of thermonuclear explosions, as radioactive materials uranium, thorium, and high concentrations of xenon-129 in the Martian atmosphere have been found to contain nuclear isotopes, similar to nuclear bomb tests. In March 2015, Dr. Brandenburg reiterated his findings on Mars at the 46th Lunar and Planetary Science Symposium organized by NASA. He said, "We found fused glass in 2 locations, so there was a nuclear explosion there." On Earth, vitreous rock is a vitreous substance that forms at the sites of nuclear weapon explosions. According to him, this is the most surprising new evidence of alien life on Mars. So far, other scientists have not offered other explanations. Dr. Brandenburg's view has been supported by many people. Some netizens also believe that there may still be aliens alive on Mars. They live underground to avoid the harsh environment on the surface of the planet, and that human immigration plans to this planet need to be carefully considered. If Mars has been civilized for a long time, then Mars is not a dead star. Although the Martian surface is currently barren and liquid water is not found, there may be large amounts of liquid water below the Martian surface, and there may even be life on Mars. It is important to know that life exists in very extreme environments on Earth, and it is entirely possible that life exists on Mars. Recently, a man caught a strangely shaped creature. It has no feathers and looks like a bat crossed with a lizard. He had never seen such a strange creature. Could this be an alien creature coming to invade the Earth? Not only can it fly, in another video the man also captured it swimming very well in the water. Perhaps on Earth there are many strange creatures that we have never known. In French, the man made a Facebook post asking the question, "Does anyone know of a strange creature that looks like a bat, but also swims in water, and makes screams?" A single image and one of 2 videos show a hairless animal with a veil of skin between its limbs. However, after being posted on social networks, many people have realized that it is a colugo, a mammal native to the Southeast Asian rainforest. They are also known as giant glider or flying lemur. When fully grown, the animals are the size of a cat with a flight distance of up to 70 meters. In the second video you can see several animals swimming in the water at a pier at night. With a little imagination they have a resemblance to the colugo mentioned above. Naked bats in the water? No. These animals are aplysia,
of which there are several genera, such as Brasiliana, Fasciata and Californica. In German, these sea slugs are often simply called sea hares, not to be confused with the fish genus, because their feelers are vaguely reminiscent of rabbit ears. Even if one would think that, sea snails move rather sluggishly, Uplisha usually swim quite elegantly in the water, as you can see in this short video. You can see two different animals in the videos and in the picture, a colugo, flying lemur, and several Uplisha, sea slugs.
Just solve that secret, the future of mankind will have a big turning point. Above all, the Greenland shark is the longest living species, with each individual being able to survive for more than 4 centuries. They are also the longest living vertebrates in the world today. And the problem is that recently, experts believe that the mystery of that longevity is the key to helping people prolong life in the future. Specifically, a team of experts from the University of the Arctic, Norway, is conducting genetic mapping of the Greenland shark to identify specific genes that help this fish live so long. They collected DNA from fish fins, and to date have formed the genomes of nearly 100 individuals. This is the longest-lived vertebrate on the planet, said Professor Kim Probel, who led the study. We are looking for the secret in the genetic nucleus, to understand why the Greenland shark not only outlives other sharks, but surpasses the world's big bosses in terms of longevity. If successful, that longevity gene could help us understand why the world's animals have so much shorter lifespans. At the same time, it offers the potential to remove that limit, helping people live longer. In addition, the study also helps scientists understand more about the behavior of Greenland sharks, the relationship between them and individuals thousands of miles away. They live in the deep sea of the North Atlantic, so they are difficult to track. Greenland sharks live for hundreds of years. They have enough time to travel long distances. There are those that have similar genomes to individuals caught thousands of miles away, suggesting they are cousins, line, or descendant. We still don't know how these fish reproduce, but time will tell. It seems that they prefer to mate in the deep waters of the Arctic, the professor shared. In addition, Probel also believes that this fish will help us better determine the impact of humans on the ocean over hundreds of years. Because sharks live for hundreds of years, each bone tissue or their genes will help people assess the impact of climate change, and also the environmental pollution caused by humans. Strange ancient tree 5,000 years old, older than the Egyptian pyramids. An old cypress tree, Fitzroya cupressoides, called Alerce millenario in Chile may have lived for more than 5,000 years, which means it germinated 5 centuries ago, even before the ancient Egyptians built the Great Pyramid of Giza. This ancient cypress tree is named Alerce millenario or Gran Abuelo, which means great-grandfather. Surveying the lifespan of trees by traditional tree ring counting method. Environmental scientist Jonathan Barakovich and colleagues at the Laboratory of Environmental and Climate Sciences in Paris, France, investigated the longevity of this tree. They estimate that Alerce millenario may have lived more than 5,000 years based on traditional tree rings counting methods and a combination of computer simulation methods, according to the journal Science. To be able to manually count the age of the great-grandfather, Mr. Barakovich used a punching tool that did not affect the growth of the tree to calculate the number of trunk rings. However, the team was only able to chisel out 2,400 trunk rings, then had to use another method to estimate the rest of the tree's age. Barakovich's research is considered very interesting by emeritus scientist at the U.S. Geological Survey Mr. Nathan Stevenson, but it will need a few more methods of cross-checking before the scientific community officially recognizes the record for Alerce millenario. Some other biologists are more demanding. According to them, the number of trunk rings is the golden standard for determining the age of a tree. We usually require every trunk ring to be counted in full, said Dr. Ed Cook from Columbia University, USA. The team researched the complete core from Alerce millenario's brother trees, and also calculated environmental factors, random variations affecting the growth of the tree. The age of the tree can be around 5,484 years old. Finally, the researchers calibrated the model to simulate the tree's possible ages, the probability for each age corresponding to the most likely trunk ring trait. They found that the probability that Alerce millenario lived to be more than 5,000 years old was up to 80%. Specifically, the age of the tree can be about 5,484 years old. We were quite surprised with the results. I thought the great-grandfather was only about 4,000 years old, Mr. Barakovich said. If officially recognized, Alerce millenario could break the current record for the longest living tree, Methuselah. Methuselah is a 4,854-year-old Great Basin bristlecone pine, Pinus longa ava, tree growing high in the White Mountains of Inyo County in eastern California. According to Barakovich, Uller Smilenario's age certainly above 4,000 indicates it is a valuable Chilean asset and needs better protection. He said that building some structures for visitors to see great-grandfather could cause damage to the tree's roots. Not to mention the climate has also become drier, making it harder for plant roots to get water. Pablo Cunaza Mardones, an official with the Chilean Forest Protection Unit, said, "Limited budget is also making it difficult to protect this old tree."